7 things that happen to your body when you eat too much salt. Number 1, you feel puffy and bloated. Water always follows sodium, and the kidneys use this principle to help them closely regulate blood volume and fluid in the body. So, when you eat a large amount of salt, causing blood sodium levels to rise, the kidneys compensate by retaining fluid to balance and normalize levels. The effects are usually mild and temporary, yet still annoying. Things like jeans fitting a little tighter at the waist, a puffy face, or a small overnight increase in weight per the scale. The solution? It seems counterintuitive, but you should drink plenty of water and avoid high-sodium foods. Number 2, you can't quench your thirst. Do you find yourself reaching for a water bottle a little more than normal after eating a meal out? Restaurant meals are known for being higher in sodium, but this effect isn't limited to a burger at your local diner. Any high-salt meal can trigger an intense thirst. Sensing an increase in blood sodium, receptors in the kidneys and brain trigger the thirst sensation. The body uses thirst as a protective mechanism, so you'll be driven to hydrate and lower your sodium concentration. Number 3, you get headaches. If you get occasional or regular headaches, excessive salt consumption could be the culprit. Eating salt triggers an almost immediate rise in blood pressure in some people, and headaches are a common symptom of high blood pressure. But a high-salt diet can also make people with normal blood pressure more susceptible to headaches. In a 2014 study at Johns Hopkins of 400 people, researchers found those eating the highest levels of salt had the highest frequency of headaches. When salt intake was decreased, both people with normal and high blood pressure had fewer headaches. You're more prone to eczema. The idea that salt might have a direct impact on skin irritations like eczema initially seemed far-fetched, until I started reading and understood the connection that skin has to the immune system. While that data is limited, excess salt in the diet appears to trigger the immune system to release T cells. Research suggests that this release leads to a type of hyperinflammatory response seen with eczema, as well as other inflammatory conditions like arthritis and asthma. The thought is that excess salt triggers inflammation, aggravating eczema, similar to how allergens and irritants in the diet do. Your risk of stomach cancer may increase. Stomach cancer is one of the 6 most common forms of cancer, and it's the 3rd most deadly worldwide. Higher salt intakes are a risk factor for development of stomach cancer. Researchers don't fully understand the connection between salt and cancer, and it's not clear if all foods high in sodium have the same risk. There's some evidence that this risk may primarily stem from meats that are cured or seafood, and vegetables salted and fermented for preservation. You may be more likely to get kidney stones. Regularly consuming excess salt can make you more susceptible to forming kidney stones. This is because excess salt increases the amount of calcium in urine. Kidney stones form when calcium combines with oxalates or uric acid in urine and begin to form crystals. As these crystals get bigger, they become stones that can travel to the urinary tract and get stuck. The result is usually intense pain until that stone passes. You may increase your risk of dementia. High levels of salt appear to increase levels of an inflammatory compound in the brain, which leads to oxidative damage and begins to hinder blood flow. This is based on a 2018 study where a high-salt diet was associated with causing dementia in mice, and researchers believe the effects may be similar when it comes to dementia in humans.